What's up, everybody? Welcome to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's number one urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today, what is Thursday? It's Baby Friday, and let me tell you, already, I I got uh, the notifications that the Facebook feed just will not act right for nothing in the world. And it is so crazy, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, but I ain't gonna worry about it. But let me go out here. Let me go. Let me make sure. Let me make sure my YouTube right. YouTube is going good, showing good. So I'm gonna just share. Watch me. Let me see. I'm gonna share the Facebook. Uh, yeah. I'm share it over there. And hold on. I like to do stuff like this. I know it's gonna be a minute before people come on, so I'm just gonna give you a chance to come on. Let me see. I'm gonna put my little message up here for the Chop Shop listeners to uh keep showing error message on Facebook. And guess what? We'll just keep sending people over here. We'll just keep sending them. We'll keep sending them. I posted it. I'll keep sending them. I know y'all think I'm late. Some people probably say he's probably late. No, y'all. That mess, man. This Facebook mess, and I can't let it keep getting to me. Uh I don't know what it's doing. I really just don't know. That is Moody. That is Moody. It just always send me says an error message, and it's something that I don't know who's working on it, but I mean we can't worry about it. That is Moody. Uh, I'm just I said, watch this. I keep getting it. I ain't gonna put them out there like that. But I just wish I knew how to get to those people at I wish I knew how to get to those people over there at Facebook. I really do. I don't know how to get to them. It came on for 2 minutes and then popped off. It's just cut off. Um, it's crazy. I'm just sitting there thinking about it. Yeah, yes. I'm gonna share that. I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it. Ed Harris, I'm gonna share it. Brad Kimball, what's up, baby? See my real people. See my real people. They gonna try to find us. And I mean it kind of just I'm serious, y'all. It really pees me off because all this. Let me see. It just come up. I mean, it pops up. Barry McDonald. Back. I showed y'all what it looked like. Let me show you what it looked like again, man. 'Cause I told you I like to keep y'all informed. I mean, it just pop up on the screen. Watch this. Let me get it to y'all. Let me let y'all see it again. I'm gonna keep letting y'all see it. Somebody gonna find out. Let me just put it over. I'm just gonna slide it over there. I ain't gonna even center it. This what pops up. Streaming error. Right? So I either end the show or just keep on going because YouTube is going real good. I saw the playbacks of YouTube the other day. It's nice. It's nice. So I just wanted, I just want to let y'all know, man. I promise you, I am doing everything I can to try to rectify this situation because it really just, it pees me off. And you know what? I might try next week. I know we got a YouTube. What's that other thing? Instagram. I'm gonna try to go through Instagram too. Can't go through Twitter, but we can go through Instagram. I think. I'm gonna check it out. Next, next week. Hold on, let me see. No, I can't. I can't do it. I was about to hit the finish button, y'all. But I'm always like, he said, I know you have some nuggets. You know what, Ed Harris? I really got something for you today, buddy. I got something for you. Ed Harris, on Thursday, on Baby Friday, that I got something for you, man. I'm just um I'm just trying to see where I want to start. That's all. I'm over here. The Masters is on over here on one channel. Let me make sure I keep the Masters going over here. So if you see me look over here, I'm watching the Masters. Uh, I'm not. You know what? You know what? I saw some though, and I like golf, right? I love the Masters. I had the distinct advantage to playing on that course before, and I had distinct advantage of watching and going and watching before. And I just watched yesterday. If you have time, and we'll talk about it next week. I want you to watch. I want you to watch the I want you to just go look at the fans in the stands and all that. I want you to watch it and just tell me what you get. Just go watch it. Anybody watching it, just tell me. So, on Wednesday they have the part three contest, and it was just some eerie. It just, it's just like it seems so normal for everybody to be in that space. I wish I could have had a video of it, but I don't like you can't. But they be guarding the copyrights of their stuff. Uh, But you got to look at the patrons. They don't call them fans, they call them patrons. And you just got to look in the crowd and just look at all the participants. And ladies and gentlemen, 99.9.9% of everybody there don't look like you and I. And it seems to be okay. And nobody says nothing about it. I don't mind because I've been there. But if a lot of us gather, it seems to be something. People don't like when all of us get together, but they can get together and be at the mass, and it's a-okay. Give me a little drink. Got my red cup. I'm gonna run with the red cup, one of the red cup guys today. Uh, it's just something, man. It's just something about it. It's just something about it. But I want to talk a little bit about this basketball season. The college basketball season is over. The NBA basketball season, the 2025-26 NBA season is the 80th, in case you didn't know, season of the National Basketball Association. The regular season began on October the 21st, 2025, and it will end on April the 12th. So, what's the day? April the 9th. So, in a few days, it'll end. But I saw something I want to share with y'all. Brandon Weefall. I see a lot of pointing. This guy was posting, Jimmy reposted, at players in the portal. Sometimes it's not even their choice to make. And I know we've been talking about it, and I've been telling y'all about it. And shit, it happened to a young man, a friend of mine. Happened to him. He didn't leave the school. The coach told him, you got to move around. I'm finna get somebody to replace you. Brandon Weefall. Uh, Brandon, for you, how's your son doing? Is he gonna stay at his school? What's up, Chop Shop? Looks like the TSU needs to find a basketball coach. Willie Sullivan. Willie Sullivan. Tell you something. Your season ticket holder. You are influential man to me. You got proximity. You're alumni, and and I want to give you something in case you didn't know. I've had the advantage of being around this team for 5 years, traveling and everything with them. Right? If TSU brass, TSU alumni, and I'm not saying other coaches are not good, but ladies and gentlemen, y'all got a guy that's right there at the helm right now, and he backed up, and he can be backed up by a former head coach, uh, uh, Otis Hughley, but Sharon Chapman. You can go talk about getting so and so so. I was around the team. I saw who Coach Johnny Jones' trusted advisor was. I saw when he needed this, when his adjustments and everything. Sharon Chapman was the one. And I see, if y'all want to win the SWAC and win that first tournament game and win them three tournament games in a row, we should give Sharon Chapman. This man and coached under Cal. He didn't coach under every coach almost in the business. We will do ourselves a disservice not to take a serious look at him. And you're talking to somebody who's been in there watching from afar. No, up close, not from afar. Watching. Y'all don't understand when I'm sitting there riding and going to practice, and y'all, I go to practice because I got to know about the team. I watch him as the team responds to his scout. Every time we play a team, they got graphs and stuff you put up on this, they put up on the board at practice, and they have to run. They run what the other team gonna run. Sharon Chapman is a master. All Johnny Jones had to do is sit back and Willie Sullivan. I'm gonna repeat this one more time. We would do ourselves a disservice. At least go in there and see uh, about what this young man has to offer. I'm telling you. You'd be surprised. Because sometimes y'all know we a prophet is without honor in his own hometown. Sometimes we got what we need right there, right? But sometimes we just want to go everywhere else. I want to know this, and I want to know this, and I want to know this, I want to know this, I want to know this. Man, you better get somebody who know these kids and can relate to these kids. That's why I said a younger man. Sharon is just the right guy, the right age. Give him, give. I'm serious. Take a look at him. I didn't say hire him. Take a look at him. You might be surprised. You said, Robert, tell him about the young coach you won't have. You will discuss. Oh, okay. I just told him. My bad. Uh, wow, Bryson is doing good. He is not in. Watch this. Bryson we fall. This for the young fellow. This for Bryson we fall. And thank God the coach ain't ran him off. We got coaches that'll play. We got coaches in Division I basketball where play a freshman 31 games and then say, okay, you got to move around. I got just let him on the bench then. I guess you say, okay, I got 31 games. I saw he can't play. Playing 31 games. Okay. Okay. Uh, it's different. It's different out here. It's hard out here. And y'all, and my young fellas, if you get the opportunity to play professionally at any level, hold up, y'all. My master, y'all trying to keep my masters trying to go off over there. What they doing over there? Oh, there they go. Okay. Y'all see me looking over there. Y'all, I like golf, man. I'm sorry. Y'all like drinking and y'all like going to clubs. I just like golf. And y'all do what y'all want to do. Y'all like to go do this. Y'all got to go fishing. I know some guys like to go fishing. But but I was thinking about something when we blessed enough to play professional at any level, overseas, whatever you do, if you can keep doing this thing and beating on a basketball, still shooting it and doing all that, your body's still in shape. When you go overseas, it's different rules, player. When you're in China, when you're in Taiwan, when you in the Dominican, when you in, it's different rules, man. You can't do that ignorant ass stuff that got you out of the NBA over here. You can't go over there and do that, man. Y'all feel me? You want to know what I'm talking about? Watch this.
CB18 season. CB18 Ningbo Rockets fired.
Y'all follow me? Now this guy, let me read this bio, right? Uh, let me see. What do you do? Yeah. High school in Ohio, first round pick, 30, 23rd overall, Utah Jazz. Uh, then he wound up going to the Oklahoma City Thunder, Phoenix Suns for 1 year, few days. Then went to the G League, Philadelphia 76ers in 2000. He was at he was in three teams in 2024, four teams 2024. Then he went overseas, first round pick. First round pick does not mean success in the NBA. The NBA stand for No Boys Allowed. Rick Brown. Rick Brown shared a show. If you don't know how to share, go just text tag tell somebody. Just get the copy and paste. I did it a minute ago. Um, you can copy, you can say share, and then you can say share to what, and then you can share it wherever you want to. Um, it's not like Facebook. You just can't like it. You got to do some work today. You got to share it. But this kid had a meltdown, ladies and gentlemen, in China, and they fired his ass on the spot. He was terminated immediate. He didn't average but 4 points and 3 rebounds in 12 games in the Chinese Basketball Association. Them folks ain't finna just, yo, coach don't Coach, don't send, I'm going to the transfer portal. Coach, don't do this. I'm going to the transfer portal. Coach is putting guys in the transfer portal. What a finger. What a finger. These guys brought this up the other day. I hate to, but I've been talking about this. Maybe y'all listen to these little youngsters. Watch this.
People think like the fan bases will kill a player. Like,
Yeah,
oh, you leaving,
Mhm.
sell out.
Damn, everybody's transferring. Like sometimes it might not even be a decision.
Yeah, it
for
might
real.
be your
Like,
agent. Like, yo, you need to get out of there.
yeah. And then you're sitting there. It's your dream school. You wanted to be here. You finally got here, and it's like, damn, I got to leave again. Like that's certain factors that we're not seeing. It could be medical reasons. The biggest one I always remember is Mustafa. Mustafa had to move closer to home because family was sick. It could be your parents. Your parents not really liking your situation. They causing a rift now. Them and the coach butting heads.
We're going after these.
Cousins on his way.
Like, yeah, we got.
you know what I mean?
We're
do what you want with the information. Cousins on his way.
like,
What are you supposed to do?
as a player, you hear that, you're like, wait, I'm doing really well for you guys. Why? That's the business of the sport, which is insane. It's sad and it sucks, but that's what it is. And
Coach, I'm balling. You played me 31 games. I know, but I got somebody else I want now. I don't know who Shake is, man. Aaron Wilford. I don't know who Shake is. I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about. I just somebody had that, and I just sent. Is that shit? I don't know who these people are. I've been saying that same damn thing for shit for years, and maybe y'all will hear it from them. I hope you done heard, but I don't know who Shake is. You got the you got to explain something. I don't know. Shake is the guy with the braids on the video. You should see that. I don't know who the guys are. See, you know who they are. I don't know. Somebody sent me that video. I don't listen to that video. I don't watch it. I don't know. I don't even know. All I'm saying, what I was trying to say, I've been saying that everything they done said. I done said it on this show. Jimmy done said it on this show. I just wanted to give y'all another. I wasn't trying to promote nobody else's show. Nothing against them. I don't even know who the people are. I was listening to the words. And I don't need to have a conversation with him. Shit, I got my own show to have a conversation with. I mean, hey, I'm doing enough over here. Aaron Wilf. Hey, I'm doing enough over here. And I don't know what topics they cover. The only reason I put that up there, somebody sent that to me. So, and you said Shake is the guy. I don't know who, I don't know. And a dude named Shake, no, I don't know him. Nothing against him. I don't know him. But let me keep going. But I was just sitting there thinking about this dude, 23rd pick in the draft. Darius Baisley. I remember, long, athletic, jump out the gym. Couldn't make it in the NBA. And then I'm looking at the transfer portal. Boy, it's a whole lot of guards. These guards just, I guess these people say, these guards. Then I'm just what, yeah. You know what? I feel bad for people because I sit there and look at some of this stuff online. Hey, let me tell y'all something. Some of this stuff on Twitter, some of these posts on Twitter are done by bots, robots. They've been programmed to do this and strike these crazy conversations and answering back to you because we done gave them all this information. AI, those bots. Oh, y'all got to remember, AI is nothing without the information. Them bots and AI, they remind me of our ancestors. You can call them the ancestors. You know why? Because the bots go and read all the books that ever been written. and have all that information housed inside of them. And they giving you information that's already, see, they don't know what's in your mind right now. That's why I have original content every day. So my son go to my, man, you need to use AI. I said, how can I use AI on this show? The only AI I got on this show is this dude generated this thing of me and Jimmy back here because everything I do is current. Don't y'all know people got AI have to get their information from somewhere. They don't come up with humans. We come up with the information and they use our information that we put in places and guess what? Take that information and put it in something and then regurgitate it back to us like they done something. Do y'all know? Anybody know that? Maybe I'm wrong because I'm about to study up on it now. Don't get it twisted. I'm about to study AI just because I want to. But thank you, Aaron Wilford. But I don't know who Shake is, and I don't. You got to give me some kind of better reason that all we could all do a show together. I mean, I don't. It's, I don't like them shows with all them people on it. I'm gonna just tell you the truth. It's too many people. Too many people talking. Too many people ain't saying nothing. That's just me personally, Aaron Wilford. I just nah. Then you got them arguing with each other. You know, you got Pat Bev over here arguing with Stephen A. Smith, and Stephen A. Smith arguing with. How do y'all feel about that? How y'all feel about that stuff? Wait a minute, is my thing working? Then somebody sent me said, but Robert, he said, this is why you guys, some guys shouldn't be in a rush to get to the NBA. Not right now. But the boy named Liam McNeely, who was killing for who was killing for what's the name of the show? For UConn. He's played a majority of this season in the G League, y'all, after being drafted by the Hornets. Had he come back to UConn, he would have probably been a national champion right now. What's up, Dougie? Doug, we talking about everything. Doug, let me get Doug. First out, Doug. I started out, Doug. I talked about the NBA season to be over April 12th. I see a lot of finger pointing at the portal here and the portal here. Yeah, the players getting in the portal, the fans talking about who the portal, and I've been explaining on this show for at least a couple of years how the players are not just hopping in the portal. Coaches are telling them kids they got to move around, Doug. Coach said, man, hey, man, you got to move around. I need that scholarship. If some of them young kids want to stay on the team and like the team and like the coach, and the coach say you got to move around. So we talked about that. Then, Doug, I talked about you. You scout the guys. My man, Big Coach, helped the guys. And guess what happens, Doug? Y'all help them and get to someone. Let's suppose Doug Jones, what is his name? Darius Baisley was your dude. You a big coach, and y'all helped them nourish him all the way through this system, all the way through the high school system. Y'all, I think he might have been a McDonald All-Man. He was pretty. I don't know how good he was. I mean, I remember the name. Let me see, Derek. Wait, the boy name? There he is. Let me see, was he McDonald? But he was the 22, and y'all done nourished him. He's the 22nd pick no, he wasn't. Yes, he was at McDonald. Yes, he was. He was named to the West Squad of the McDonald All-American. He was all of that, Doug. All of that. And then this where his ass end up. Watch this.
CB18 Ningbo Rockets fired Darius Bazley right after last night's game. Here's why. It started with a simple inbound pass. Bazley tossed it straight to Shanghai's Zhang Jinli, who buried a three-pointer. Then Bazley lost it. He argued with teammate Xavier Simpson, deliberately.
Doug, they cut him on the spot. Big coach, Doug, You done spent all your time, all your resources to help this young cat. You get him to a place. Now you know why he didn't make it in the NBA. So we talked about that, right? Then we I asked the question. Yeah, I did ask the question about finger pointing, and then somebody, you know, my Aaron Wilford guy talking about we should you should all do a show together one day. Would be a great conversation. Okay, this is why, Doug. You know that's wild. He said that was against Junior. It's on Junior's. Oh, okay. See, I didn't know. I didn't know that. Doug. But Doug, and then I'm watching. And then somebody asked me last night. Said why some guys shouldn't be in a rush to get to the NBA. Liam McNeely played for UConn last year, right? He done played the majority of this season in the G League after being drafted by the Hornets. Had he come back to UConn, he probably could have won a national championship. What's going on? Then, Doug, I saw something. Y'all, I'm going around the horn. Doug, then I saw something, Doug. Y'all help me. Texas, what's going on with Texas women basketball? 3 of the top 4 returning scorers have entered the transfer portal. Jordan Lee, 13 points a game. Justice Carlton, 8.5 points a game. Alea Crump, 7.9 points a game. This comes as the program is already set to lose. What's the girl? Olacray and Rory Harmon. You know, because they don't have any more eligibility. But I saw something. Another reason I think the players enter the portal. Texas was down by 3 the other day in the closing seconds of the game and brings the ball up. Booker brings the ball up, ignores Rory. Rory was pointing to a wide open person in the corner for a 3 to tie the game. Instead, she drives into Lauren Betts. And maybe this is the reason why. Because Texas give you money. Texas pay money. And these kids leaving Texas. But watch this, y'all. Maybe this might. Let me see.
Has it down 3. Booker wheeling up the floor. Booker into the paint, gets denied. Lauren Betts has it down 3.
I got a clear one for y'all. You know I'm going to have a clear one for you.
Down 3. Booker wheeling up the floor. Booker into the paint, gets denied. Lauren Betts.
What was she doing, y'all?
With a block for the ages. Down 3.
Watch this.
Booker wheeling up the
She
floor.
said pass it.
Booker into the paint, gets denied. Lauren Betts.
Duh. Duh. And then I see, you know what? People talking that stuff about Chris Paul and he ain't this and he ain't this and he ain't this. But when Chris Paul, I saw this, is inducted into the Hall of Fame, one of his achievements should be somehow placing passes into DeAndre Ayton's shot pocket that somehow doesn't not exist now or is highly inaccessible for other passers to do. LeBron, every time LeBron passes the ball, he can't catch it. Luka can pass his ass off, him and LeBron. This dude can. So Chris Paul, but he used to catch Chris Paul passes. And y'all, and I got to show y'all something because it kind of got to me. This dude a pro. This dude was the first pick in the draft. Watch this. This dude can't catch a lick. Watch this. Watch this. Watch. LeBron said, here, man. Then the coach go talk about him. Then people got mad at the coach for talking. Watch him again. Right there. Watch it. Catch it. Watch this. Oh, give me the ball. Here you go again. Okay. Fumble, dumble. Here you go again. Dude, number one pick, y'all. Y'all picked it. Fumble, dumble. Watch him again. Watch it. I wouldn't pass him nothing. Watch it. Oh, yeah, y'all, come on now. This dude played for the Lakers. Look at Luka. Watch this. Ivan Reed. What's wrong with the NBA, man? Not all of them. Doug. Where my Laker fans at? Because I ain't through. And hold up. I should have gave this yesterday for Women Rock Wednesday, but my young ladies, my young sisters, my young queens, y'all know I speak to the next generation all the time on this show. He said, JJ said, we're not running nothing through anymore. Anyone who can't catch the ball. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Doug. Before I go there, hold up. I didn't want to do that. I hit the wrong button, y'all. Uh, uh, I didn't mean to do that. I hit the wrong button. Hit the wrong button. That man said gambling. He said, I talked to. You talking about the young lady? Okay, but Doug, let me go back because JJ Redick did say something about him and Vando though.
I just called the early timeout because Rui didn't do his job, and so took him out of the game. I'm not. We've got to find 9 guys that are like all in on us fighting.
What led to the exchange between you and Jared Vanderbilt early on in the second quarter?
Just the confluence of things. Again, it's not again nothing personal with him. Normal.
I like a lot of players say I don't like that he can't. But back to this, and like I said, I remember, ladies and gentlemen, you're talking to a guy who have traveled all over the world. And I see this stuff a lot. And when my daughter, uh, she's grown. Even when my son, goes out of the country, they travel with friends. Cause man, y'all look here. I trust everybody. I give him, but the devil that's in them just is the one that's giving me the problem. This the devil that's in them giving me pause. What you say, Doug? He said, if you have a summer team, hold on. Here we go. Let's put that on the screen, Doug. And then I get back to what I got to say in a minute. Let me get you in there, Doug, so they can see that. Let me see. I don't have to have it. Let me see. Let me put it on the big screen, Doug. Let me see. Get you right. Let me get you out there. This is what Doug said. If you have a summer team, make sure you sign up for the Doug Dozens Classic, May 8th through 10th. Come support my one and only event. I repeat, May 8th, May 9th. Doug, how they reach you? When someone used the word confluence is real. uh, hey, so Doug Dozens, y'all. Google it. Doug Dozens. Go to Twitter. It's on everything. Doug Dozens. Doug Jones. Go to his thing and let's support Doug. Let's support him. It's May. You got a whole month. So I can't let's you can stay here and have fun in your own bed. And Doug gives a pretty good event out there, man. They were just telling me I'm always and Doug, I'm probably gonna get out of here again on you, buddy. I'm gonna just tell you the truth. They just be but I like it now. I like how they be I had to get out of here. But Doug, I'm looking for something I can't find. Hold on. It got my screen messed up around here, y'all. It messing my screen up, man. Hold up, y'all. What I'm looking for? Yeah, here it is. Oh, there it is. There it is. I got it. But no, but Doug, but on a serious note, but go support Doug Dozens. I'll put it back up on the screen a little bit later, to the people who come in later. But Doug, I saw this thing and talk to your daughters. Talk to your little fast ass daughters and your little fast ass daughters' friends. This young woman was in Miami, uh, was killed in a targeted hit uh, while on vacation in St. Martin to celebrate her sister's birthday. Her name is Denisha Denancy, 29 years old, from Liberty City, traveled to St. Martin in March with her sister Sincaria and a friend. On their first night, they went to a club called the White Rabbit and met a man from Trinidad living on the island. When the night ended, they decided to drive home with him instead of their driver. Denisha's sister and friend went into their Airbnb while Denisha stayed outside with the man. Hours later, the driver called asking the driver who had drove them home called asking if they were okay and told him that the man that Denisha was with was found dead. Police discovered Quincy Damon Sylvester, a suspected drug lord, and Denisha both shot dead inside of his vehicle. Surveillance footage showed the unknown man following Sylvester at the club all night. Police believe it was a targeted hit to execute Sylvester. Denisha just happened to be with him. Young ladies, I've seen this happen before. Not nobody getting killed, but y'all don't. The smart girls, and I know the guys be mad, but the small girls, we came together, we leave and go back home together. All of them made it back to the Airbnb. She wanted to still back to the club with dude. Young ladies, I can't tell y'all what to do. But stay with the group. Meet dude in the daylight the next day. You don't know these people. When you on these vacations, you don't know these people. You don't know what baggage you bring. One of my best friends in the world, sweetest young ladies in the world, worked in the entertainment business. She's in Chicago. She like this dude in Chicago. Dad is Moody. Dad is Moody. They're at the gas station. That dude got out and ran. They shot his car up. And my friend was in the car, killed her. Just because she was with the wrong dude. And I mean, bless your little heart. I know y'all, you don't know. I like him. I like him. He's cool, Robert. I understand. I understand. You know what? Can I tell y'all? Can I give y'all a tweet? I mean a text I sent my son last night. Hold up. Hold up. I told him, I said, this word is just for you, son. It's just for you. I told him, if the rain that touches your skin, travels all those miles to find you. So will everything that's meant for you. He said, I like that. He's a young man right now. Got it, kind of got it going on. Great young man. But he ain't found his kind yet. I'm talking about woman. He ain't found it. It's been just pretenders, but not too many contenders. And I know, and I just told man, just chill. Dude, he play. So I was just thinking about him yesterday. I was thinking about this young girl because he travels abroad and he do a lot of stuff. But young ladies, we got to be smarter, okay? And I got to give this because people always want to talk negative about NBA players this, NBA players this. Let me tell you something. There's some good news. I don't know if y'all have heard about it. Some good news out of the D.C. area right now. They have this big amusement park in the suburb of D.C. in Maryland, like we had, and they tore it down. Astro World. And it went through many names. It's been around for about 50 years. This thing up there in Baltimore, it's the Six Flags Great American. It changed into the Wild World. The Wild World. It was the Adventure World. It changed through all the water parks, right? Historic to that part of the country. So recently, the owner said that it's no longer fits its business model. They wanted to sell it. So there was, a lot of stuff was going on about selling, but it's a large acreage of land. I think 515 acres though. Y'all watch this. Watch this. What is going to be the future of that plot of land? What's going to be the future? Everybody said, well, what's going to happen to all of this land? What's going to happen to Waterworld, whatever they call the place? He said, and look who steps in. Kevin Durant and his investment firm, 35 Ventures. And a group called TPA, a private real estate investment firm based in Atlanta. They are now the new owners of the former amusement park site. Why is this a big deal? Kevin Durant, much like Shaquille O'Neal, much like Gilbert Arenas, as far as professional sports go, they are good at investing and picking winners. Kevin Durant name attached to the group means that there is something good is going to happen here. Something happen over here. People who live in that county have been fighting to prevent a data center for a data center from being opening in that area. Because initially, prior to the purchase, that's what they were afraid was going to happen to this property. They were going, but now with Kevin Durant in this group, they're going to have a housing, they're going to have a retail place, it's going to be upscale, restaurants, something that will actually benefit the community. They said they want to make sure that they have something for every group, including the youth. People from the area grew up there, being an amusement park there. There's a lot of young people. First jobs were there, and people told me their first job was at the Astro World when I got up here. Because I wasn't, I'm from Memphis, so I wasn't always here. But Six Flag of America is a property. It's in Prince George County. Yo, these the things, the power that we have. Think about it. It shouldn't have been Kevin Durant and TPA Ventures. It should have been Kevin Durant and some more NBA players or some more in pooling their resources together. TPA, it might be a black-owned firm. I haven't figured out. Let me find out. I'm glad you said so. Y'all know I like to find out. I think it is because they said it's Atlanta. So I think it is. I think it is. TP. Let me make sure I got it right down. Y'all know I like to have this stuff right. Um, but think about that, y'all. Just sit back and marinate on that for a minute. Cause I don't want to talk over it. See what happens when we have enough resources, Doug, TPA real estate investment. Hold on. Real estate. Let's see. Oh, in Atlanta. I hit the button too. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, TPA group. I think it is Atlanta. Let me see. Let me look. Let me look these people up. TPA group. Let me look there. They ain't playing. Hold up. Hold up. TPA. TPA in Atlanta. Okay. Yeah, that's it. I be know. Well, I not know. I just be want to know. Who are they? They're telling me what they do. I want to know who they are. Contact. I don't want. Okay, about. Here we go. Okay, who? Okay, tell me. Let me see what you see. What do you see? What you say you about? Now I'm gonna call Atlanta after the show, and I'm gonna find out about y'all's ass now. But they ain't letting me know. They ain't letting me know. Nice website though. Uh, but let's get back to this. But I was thinking about it, right? The power. You're using your talent. See, this power, these what you call power moves. Instead of buying another Rolls Royce that's just gonna have another Rolls Royce. Putting yourself in a position that your families, your ancestors, your wealth building. They was talking about the Six Flag America closed for good in November, just months after the Washington Commanders decided to leave the county for DC. And Durant, a native of the county, came in. Hold up. They gave me a thing talking about what might have happened to the property. Watch this. I want to read this. 500 some acres. They finna tell us about what might have happened if Kevin Durant didn't buy it. What's next for after closing Six Flag? Up in, hold up, y'all. Let me see. Hold up. What they saying? Come on, I want to know. I want to know what's happening. I got it. That's bad. That's a bad one. But shout out to Kevin Durant. Shout out to and the property they said slated for as a mixed development to use of development. What exactly that entails is not yet decided because they got to go through a whole lot of stuff. But this is a new chapter for Prince George County. Y'all, PG County, if you ever Google it, it has, think more black millionaires uh, in, in that little old county. Got a lot of them. I knew a part of mine used to live out there. So it's shout out to him, cause they got that harbor over there that's making a lot of money. And Wanda Durant, his mama gonna have something to do with it. Um, let's see. They're gonna make a Las Vegas style sphere thing. Um, they're gonna do a lot of stuff to this thing. So hey, shout out to Kevin Durant, man. Really, really, really shout out to Kevin Durant. I like that. That's the thing. Those the kind of things that Doug. I'm just telling you, Doug. Doug, imagine if you have 5 or 6 partners, Doug. I mean, real partners. I'm talking about that's thinking just like you and on like you. It'll make your job much easier. But talking about the transfer portal, because we're gonna be talking about it all week. It's just thinking about it. It's no longer about fit. Doug, what you been hearing? Y'all tell me what y'all been. Anybody been hearing? Shout out to my young fella, Bryson Wheatfall. He's staying. That means the coach still want him at his school, and he still wants that school. That's going. Y'all watch that. Y'all watch that right there. Y'all watch that situation. Shout out to my young fella, Corey. What's his name? Corey Hadnot. Um, Rob Carroll's stepson. He went to Fort Wayne, University of Purdue, Fort Wayne, lighting it up. I think 20 points a game scorer. He is coming. He's visiting U of H this week. So shout out to him. But in today's portal and transfer landscape, it's no longer about fit, y'all. It's about putting together a roster with instant synergy that can win now. Anybody know what synergy? Synergy is one of my favorite words. I use it all the time. I probably don't use it on this show, but in business, I use it a whole lot. Hold up, y'all. Let me where's my sound? Hold on one second. It's word synergy, where the sum is greater than the parts. Let's say if Carrie Holmes is a two, and Thaddeus Moody is a two, and these two guys get together and do something, they become five or better. Now, if both of them twos get together and make four, the sum is not greater than those parts. The sum that the four is not greater than five. So, in other words, our union, when we get together, we should make five or better. So that's the synergy. That's what these coaches are looking for now. You see it, Indiana football. You see it in Michigan, the St. John's basketball. And here's what coaches need to understand. And parents, if you know what coaches need to understand, you ahead of the game. Uh, every post-game interview is about selfless synergy. Players coming together for a 1 year run, buying into team first culture. Listen, I know I've been around college teams this year. These guys do not care. All these guys worry about, man, coach ain't let me play my game, man. He told me I was the man, I was gonna be the man this year. Stuff changed, son. Players, you got to come together for a 1 year run. That's how this thing is going now. Buying into the team first culture, immediately sacrificing individual stats for collective success. That's what every Michigan player was talking about. Synergy, not fit. Synergy. The sum is greater than the parts. Not fit. Fit is the old model. You would develop here for 3 or 4 years and you fit our system perfectly, Robert. This program is built for your skill set. That's what they told Michael Collins as a freshman. That worked when the roster stayed together. That old model, it worked, Doug. Now rosters turn over, what, 40, 60% annually. Fit doesn't matter if you're only there for 1 year. Y'all got to get synergy starting in June. June is coming up soon. Doug's tournament is in May, then June. The Doug Does is in May. See, Doug, I plug you. I plug you. Put it back up there. Doug Does is in May. In June, them boys back off at school. Buy-in is the new model. Am I talking to anybody out here? Can anybody hear me? Can you come in and contribute winning immediately? Not can you come in and buy a condo on the water? Can you come on by and get a Benz and get some Louis Vuitton luggage? That's all you seem like some of y'all ass be worried about out here. Yeah, I'm talking y'all college basketball players. Yeah. Y'all getting people fired out here, man. Great men getting fired because of y'all sorry asses. Chuck McGowan, can you come in and contribute to it's a new model out here, coach. It's synergy. Fit is the old model. All that, I want to show, no, mama, don't you go in there talking about, hey, daddy, don't you go in there, you better go in there saying, look, I'm going to do anything I can that make us win. If it's sacrificing me, if I give up, I want to go in, young fellas, I'm finna give you the cheat sheet. Coach, I'm trying to make synergy out of this thing, coach. We don't know how long we're going to be here. I got 1 year left. I want to make synergy out of this right now. I want to win right now. See, look at that. See, this is what I love about this show. What I love about this show. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Doug, you see that? Wait a minute. Let me text Doug. Let me see if he's here. Now it's up. Now, Chuck McGowan. Now, take it to another level, Chuck. You go get some of your people to bring some more people. And Doug, you got to reciprocate that back when Chuck has some. Let me let y'all hear something right quick. Watch this. Hold on. Hold on.
CB18 Ningbo Rockets fired Darius Bazley right after last night's game. Here's why. It started with a simple inbound pass. Bazley tossed it straight to Shanghai's Zhang Jinli, who buried a three-pointer. Then Bazley lost it. He argued with teammate Xavier Simpson, deliberately threw the next inbound out of bounds.
I had to walk out a minute. I heard something and it ain't like what I heard outside. But Doug popped out. Somebody just sent me something. I'll get to that later. I'll get to that later. Halley. He said, I'm on one. But Ed Harris. Now, Chuck McGowan. See, Chuck, if you saw the show yesterday, you'll know we got to do more. We can't do the same stuff we've been doing. We got to do more and more and more. We can't just keep doing the same thing. Because if we keep doing the same thing, we're going to keep getting the same result. We got to go above and beyond. Go get the, Chuck, go get the end of yesterday's show. Somebody else got to say, look, I know somebody on the team. I got somebody got a team. Chuck got, I'm going to Doug Dozen. Doug Dozen's got to, and Doug got to say, look, Chuck McGowan, when is your tournament, man? I got to do something. We got to start reciprocate. That don't hurt me. That's why, think about what I do on this show every day. All I try to do is get y'all together and get y'all to working together. And we getting better. But I think we can take it another level. I think we can take it another level. But let's get back. This is why we got to start teaching our kids. Buy-in is the new model. Fit doesn't matter if you're there for 1 year. It don't matter. Ain't no fit. Can you come in and contribute to winning immediately? Will you sacrifice for your teammates you just met? Because we ain't got time for you to fit. Can you build chemistry in 6 months? Not 3 years. They ain't giving it to you no more, baby boy. I'm giving you the cheat sheet. The portal era rewards instant cohesion, not long-term fit. So when you get mad at these coaches saying y'all got to move around, your ass just didn't have synergy. I ain't got time for you to fit. If I had time for you to fit, you would still be here. Y'all need to share this show. Y'all need to, oh my God, y'all need, because it's finna get good. Y'all need to be sharing this show right now. Doug, you got off the show, and I hope you got back on because Chuck McGowan said he got 2 teams for you already. Now Chuck need to go find somebody. Y'all, everybody, Brandon Wheatfall need. If you know somebody, hey man, you going to Doug Dozen? Let me see who else on here. Watch this. Ed Harris. If you going to Doug Dozen, hold on. Carry home. Where y'all going that weekend? Go to Doug Dozen. Hold on. Let me see who else on here. Ivan Reed. Where y'all going that weekend? We're going to Doug Dozen. Who else? Let me keep going. Big Coach, where you going? Where you going that weekend? Oh man, I'm Edwin Wilford. He gonna come. He gonna bring Shake and Shake whole crew over to Doug Dozen. Let's see who else we got. Brandon, I'm talking to Brandon Weefall already. My bad, Brandon. I just hit you. I'm just going down the thing. Are y'all feeling me? He said I'll be Ed Harris gonna be refereeing. See that? Referees know everybody. So referees should really, you shouldn't have said that. You know everybody. So you should know every team. When you talking to a team, the next time you referee, hey, y'all going to Doug Dozen? If Chuck McGowan doing it and Trey Phillips doing, are you going to their event? I know you're busy refereeing, but why? It don't cost you nothing. You networking. Hey man, I got a tournament. Man, they talked about it. Watch this. On the Chop Shop. You ever heard of the Chop Shop? Well, your ass need to be tuning in. When the last time we do that? When the last time we did that? Cause all I'm doing is helping y'all. But this portal era, I told y'all it rewards instant cohesion, not long-term fit. Doug, I know you had to get off, but while you was off, watch this. Why is this? While you was off, old Dougie, look what happened. I have a team or 2 coming. Houston United coming to your event. Now, Doug, when Chuck McGowan have an event, you got to be talking about his women's event. And not just casually. Say, Chuck, when is your event, man? Let's make sure. How can we do some cross-pollination? Somebody told me the other day, Robert, I love your calls. I said, why? Because you always asking, how can I help you? I don't know why. I don't know why I said. Talk to Doug. Doug will call me and say, how to talk about my thing. I said, okay. How can I help you? What if all of us said that? We'll be right on our phone texting and tagging. 5 of our friends said, man, y'all need to be watching this Chop Shop. But Doug, when you're talking to these young players, this new portal era, it rewards instant cohesion, not long-term fit. For coaches, this changed recruiting, Doug. Your coaches, you're not seeking fit anymore. You're not selling fit anymore. You think Penny Hardaway want to hear about fit and they trying to fire him? No, he needs some synergy. He gave all of them guys some money. Thank you, Lord, for not letting me call them dudes out of there. Gave all them dudes some money and they didn't play worth. And the seniors, the guys that he expected, the ones that he gave the most money was the worst. Damon Stoudemire, they didn't give him enough money to retain his point guard. He loses point guard. His point guard go up to Syracuse and get that damn coach fired. You're not selling fit anymore. You're selling the blended personalities that you can come together to win one championship run. When I get off this phone, don't you think I'm finna get on the phone and get on this one? Penny, I hope this is what y'all talking about right now. Recruiting becomes now, here's the culture, here's the mission. Can you buy in immediately and help us win? I ain't got to hear all that other stuff. I don't want to hear about what your mama doing, your daddy doing. Here's the culture. Here's the mission. And parents, y'all got to do it yourself because these clowns y'all got as agents. Hold up. These guys y'all got speaking for y'all. It's a shit show out there, from what I'm hearing. What are you evaluating, coaches? You're not evaluating talent and skill set. Hold up, duh. This kid had talent and skill.
CBA team Ningbo Rockets fired Darius Bazley right after last night's game. Here's why. It started with a simple inbound pass. Bazley tossed it straight to Shanghai's Zhang Jinli, who buried a three-pointer.
He got talent and skill
Then
set.
Bazley lost it. He argued with teammate Xavier Simpson, deliberately threw the next inbound out of bounds, and shoved a teammate who tried to calm him down. He was pulled off the court and never...
But now you got to have cultural adaptability. Now you got to have immediate buy-in. Immediate buy-in capacity. Selflessness. Selflessness, not selfishness. Selflessness. I like that. Selflessness. You got to have selflessness indicators. In this NIL space, I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't know what the agent's primary responsibility in the NIL space. But in the NBA and the NFL space, Glenn Bishop, you have to be a contract advisor. That's what shows up on your card. It's a contract advisor. So you suppose you are sworn to give the best advice to your client. I don't know what the hell these NIL people are. They ain't sworn to do nothing. They ain't got no governing body, the NFLPA or the NBAPA to deal with. They just got look Johnny or Glenn Bishop. Okay, I'm representing somebody. So it's no parameters there, Glenn Bishop. So I don't know what the primary agent responsibility for these NIL people, because they really don't do shit. You don't know what, evidently. We're talking about NIL agents, dude. We ain't talking about professional athletes. We ain't talking about Glenn Bishop. Don't tell me what the hell I done. Listen to what the hell I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you said, what's the agent's primary? And I just gave it to you. Contract advice. That's their primary responsibility. give your client sound advice. You did, but you ain't. I don't hear that I'm talking about these guys running around here calling themselves agents for these NIL kids. They ain't the same guys. Let me keep going. Because the most important thing I was talking about. See, okay, I thought we were talking about both. Hell no, we ain't talking about both. We talking about college. Hold on. This whole thing was about the transfer portal. You came in late. This is what I tell y'all. Don't come in late on these conversations that I have are very nuanced. I ain't coming here talking about some goofy ass stuff that you can just come in and pick up. You got to just sit in and listen for a minute before you say something. Just it's all right to sit back and say, okay. We talking about the transfer portal. Ain't nobody, if you had to listen to the conversation, I was talking about how, let me go back over this again for somebody who, I said, today's transfer portal landscape is no longer about fit. This is what the conversation is about. It's about putting together a roster with instant synergy that can win now. Synergy. I sit there and explain. It's one of my favorite words that I always talk about in my life and in my business. When I hook up with a person, if me and you doing business together, Ed Harris, we got to have synergy. Ain't no use if I'm a 2 and Ed Harris, you're a 2, and we just make 4 together. I don't want you. I'm going to go get me somebody that I can make 5 or better with if both of us are 2. You follow me? You got to have synergy. I'm talking about in this day's college basketball transfer portal era. I saw it in Indiana football. I saw it in Michigan. I saw it in St. John's basketball. Chuck, here's what coaches need to understand. Coaches and parents and everybody. I'm giving y'all a damn blueprint if y'all listen and didn't worry about what I was. Listen to the information. Every post-game interview that I saw with Michigan basketball was about selfless synergy. Synergy again, the sum is greater than the parts. Players come together for a one-year run, buying into the team first culture immediately, sacrificing individual stats for collective success. And that's what happens. A lot of parents, a lot of people. My son, all I'm worried about is my son. Indiana football. I told you. Michigan basketball, St. John's basketball. Synergy, not fit. Glenn Bishop. This is way more important than a freaking agent that you don't need. Yeah, I said it. You don't need him. In this college realm, fit was the old model. Doug, you develop here for 3-4 years. You fit into our system perfectly. This program is built for your skill set. You tell a freshman that and then cut him the next damn year. Play him 31 games and then cut him the next year. Now you got to move around because I'm bringing somebody else in. That worked back then when the roster stayed together. Now, rosters, Glenn Bishop, I'm talking to Glenn Bishop, but everybody else know this. Rosters turn over 40 to 60% annually now. Fit doesn't matter anymore. If you're only there for 1 year, This goes to women basketball too. Buy-in is the new model now. Daryl Anderson, can you come in and contribute to winning immediately? Will you sacrifice for your teammate you just met with your selfish ass? Can you build chemistry in 6 months, not 3 years? The portal era, Glenn Bishop, rewards instant cohesion, not long-term fit. It's not happening. You get a freshman and teach him everything he needs and teach the freshman all that. And then the next year, just because he didn't play the way he wanted, he leaving you. Then you don't like the way the freshman, then you're shipping him off. This is what happened for coaches. This changes recruiting, man, because you're not selling fit anymore. You're selling the blended personalities that come together to win one championship run. Especially these top colleges. Recruiting becomes, here's the culture, here's the mission. Can you buy in immediately and help us win? Y'all worry about everything else. That's all. Coaches, what are you evaluating? Ain't nobody on Facebook. You on here, so why you worry about Facebook? This man pop on his feed and worried about Facebook. I can't get on the Facebook feed. So what? You're here. You're here. Nice, clear, beautiful picture. You can hear. And he come on here. Worry about Facebook. Reason I ain't on Facebook, Mr. Paul, because they sent me a freaking message. When the show started, it's an error. And I'm tired of that freaking error. And they asked me, do I want to continue with Chop Shop Htx or end the broadcast? Worry about no damn Facebook. You can say whatever you want on this feed right here. Ain't nothing gonna change. But let me keep mine. What are you evaluating? You didn't have to let me know it wasn't working. That show you ain't been on the show all week. It ain't worked all week. But let me keep going. What are you evaluating, coaches? Not just talent and skill set now. Coaches, you got to evaluate cultural adaptability. When you're looking at guys, you got some work to do. Immediate buy-in capacity. Coaches, you got some work to do. Selflessness indicators. Coach, the ability to build trust fast. This kind of stuff you got to evaluate with some of these selfish ass dudes that you about to get encountered and have on your campus. You're building a team that didn't exist 6 months ago. Synergy, Synergy, synergy determines whether it works. the portal era is going to change what coaches sell. Ed Harris, you can't sell fit. You got to sell synergy. Not a 3-year development immediately. Well, I'm going there to get developed. Immediate contribution to a 1-year championship run. The coaches who understand this are winning. And ones still selling fit are losing a year on their contract. Is anybody gonna tell him that we ain't talking about the Synergy app? Paul, we're not talking about the Synergy app. We ain't talking about how. We ain't talking about that. Chuck, the website. We're not talking about the website or the app. Paul, we're not. And I know you just stepped in, but synergy is a great word that I've used a lot in my life. Whenever I choose a friend, whenever I choose whatever, whatever I choose a person in business, people to be around me, I look at the word synergy, not the website, not the app. It means the sum, SUM, is greater than the parts. The sum is greater. It's Eric Harrison is a 2. Ed Harris is a 2. When they get together, they should make 5 or better. So the sum of those 2 are greater when they're together. Okay? That's what we're talking about. Synergy. The transfer. Ladies and gentlemen, hold up, y'all. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Let me see something. Let me let y'all.
About what you said. And you absolutely right. We ain't gonna sit up there and include all the trolls and the wannabes and people that's just trying to get their name in the mix for clickbait. We don't need to do that. I appreciate your video. We disagree. But I want you to know that I didn't find a single word that you just uttered remotely disrespectful, like I found your initial one. I guess the way that I would start off responding to you is by saying, if you fuck with me, how come you didn't call me before you posted the original video? Because we could have had that conversation, and then you could have had context before you went out and said whatever it was that you wanted to say. I thought I was owed that courtesy.
I'm back. I'm back. Paul, I'm back. Uh, yeah, thank you. He said, we're speaking of coaches putting these college teams together. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But that's what happens. And we've talked about this. Some people, y'all, just come on this show and just, it's all, don't y'all know it's just all right to come in and just sit in and listen for a minute and see how it is? You know, come just stick your foot in the water. Don't come jump in this hot water. Stick your feet in the water and see how it is. It's okay. But let me keep going. Let me keep going. Because a whole lot of stuff happening. Man, this is funny. We was talking about, what we was talking about yesterday. I had so much stuff to talk about yesterday. We was talking about um we just went on. We went on the relationships, talking about college players, but what I and Paul did just really just threw me off because I was talking about potential. Because we got to talking about the Missouri situation up at the University of Missouri, and and I was thinking about at the University of Missouri, they they're getting rid of the DEI people are getting rid of all the black program funding of the black programs, the Legion of Black the Legion of Black college people collegians and stuff like that. They're getting rid of all of that stuff at these universities, and nobody is saying anything about it. And we was just talking about the potential. I was talking about how great, how they trying to stop. That's what I was talking about. The potential of our young kids in college. The 20 Project 2025, they came here defunding the HBCUs immediately. They came in immediately. That man said, I like providing input because that when you ain't coming, I don't, Paul, let's just, Paul, Paul, it's all right to just chill for a minute. Because we're talking about, it ain't about you, Paul. It ain't about you. I promise you, this show ain't about you. It ain't about me. It's about this next generation that we need to reach. Somebody that we got to, because I keep talking about it, the greatest enemy of progress is our last success. Dusty May just won the championship. So his greatest enemy gonna be he just won. That's why it's so hard to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat this dude. But and I was telling people about the greatest trap of moving ahead is getting excited about where you are. I'm not excited about where I'm at. I'm I'm so excited that I'm smart enough not to depend on you, excuse me, on Facebook, Paul Miranda. A few years ago, we was only on Facebook, and I said, look, I said it. I said, man, we got to go on YouTube. We got to. We can reach more people on YouTube. What if I never do that? Then Facebook, every time we come in, they'll give us whenever they want us to come on there. You can't even reach nobody to tell why is the error. Give me some about the error. So I was just talking about potential yesterday, and I got cut off yesterday because I was ending the show. But I'm gonna end it today. See, and I keep trying to tell people, Paul Miranda, no human being, in other words, no matter what you've done, if it didn't kill you, there is more left. No human being came to this planet empty. You got some, I got some, every Jimmy got some, Ed Harris got some. Everybody got something to give. You came here loaded. You come here to make a deposit, but that don't come on this show and just come on here half-assing. Because I know I ain't half-assing. A deposit you got to make. And if you don't make one, what I always said, you a generational thief because you stole from the next generation. These kids need to hear from us. These kids need to understand. You didn't know it. These kids need to know what synergy is. When you picking a mate, when you picking a boyfriend, when you picking a husband, whatever your business partner, y'all better have synergy, not fit. Oh, he's the right fit. No, he better be the right synergy. Your synergy better be right. The next generation is supposed to benefit from what we came to deliver. That's why I'm up here every day. You should never allow what you've done to stop you from doing what you could do. No matter how great what you've done. Don't just stop there. Don't just park. And I was just telling y'all, because it's just the greatest Martin Luther King. I told y'all man, I just gave y'all a couple of my greatest things that he be talking, some of my greatest quotes, how he talking about being critical thinkers. We got intelligence, but we ain't thinking. We just let people tell us anything. And then we just butt into a conversation, don't even know. No, sit back. Sit back and listen. The greatest enemy of man is ignorance. Martin Luther King, my favorite quote, he said, the two most dangerous things in the world is sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. Sincere ignorance, that means you sincerely just don't know. And conscientious stupidity is mean you know. And yeah, it's so stupid you won't change. Dangerous. Because ignorance is the cause of all destruction. And I brought up the point yesterday, and I'm going to bring up this point again. If you don't know nothing and you teach your children what you know, then your children are as smart as you are. That's why every day I try to give somebody something. Somebody texted me yesterday with a text that blew me away. What this man say yesterday? Hold on. Somebody texted me yesterday. He don't know how he just put a battery in my back. Where did the number at? That man said, he said, man, I gotta quit BSing. Appreciate the kick in my behind. But he didn't say bang. Because he said he can do more. Then he texted me this morning. He said, I heard this today. Do the people I serve, minister to, need me to be more? He said, what you talked about yesterday was in line with this. People need more. That's what I told Chuck McGowan. Don't just get Doug one or two teams. Go out and use your influence to get him more teams. And Doug, you got to come back and do the same thing. We got to be more to each other. You got to tell more people, hey, you need to watch this show if you want. You need to text, tag, and tell somebody. But I'm sitting there. Man sent me this yesterday. I want y'all to write this down. All I know is what I've learned. What I've learned. Everything you know is what you've learned. Just let that sink in a minute. And I said this yesterday, and I got to repeat it again because it's coming out of my spirit. No matter how many books you bought, you only know the ones that you read. I know I go over people's house, they got these big extensive ass library. They ain't read not one of them damn books. Some of us that bought books last year and we haven't even cracked the pages yet. And you show the people your library, try to impress them by what you don't know. And somebody says somebody put this back on the board. I mentioned it yesterday, I'm gonna mention it again. Buying information doesn't give you revelation. And I told a story about 90% of the knowledge you need is right in your own house in a book you never read. I told you it happened to me. I told you, I tell the story again. The book is on the coffee table. You know how they put books on the coffee table, then they put the lamp on top of it. You have it looking cute and all that kind of stuff, and the little thing, all that, right? Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. Watch this. And I got this book and read a book that changed my damn life. Because it was decoration. And I just happened, it was on the bottom. I just happened to one day, I might have been sweeping, dusting up or something. And I said, wait a minute. I like this book. Ladies and gentlemen, I told y'all, every time I pass a library, knowledge incriminates me. So don't blame it on the devil. Don't blame it on your mother-in-law. Don't blame it on don't blame it on the teacher. Don't blame it on the school system. Don't blame it on the teacher. A teacher to teach you how to learn. You don't need a professor to make you read a book. Hold up, man. I'm glad you told me, man. Y'all got me so cranked up. I let the masters go off, man. Y'all got me so cranked up. I got to be looking over here. So when I look over here, I'm looking at the masters. But I told y'all yesterday about the damn professor that I thought was so great. He coming in and tell me to read. Hey man, read this and read this and read this. Shit, I could did that myself. And I told y'all, I used to think, what time is it? I used to think that knowledge was power. I did. But that's not necessarily true because you can learn the wrong thing. Where that water at? Got knowledge about the wrong things. What Jesus said one time, he said that the only thing that can set you free is not knowledge, but knowledge of the truth. It's dangerous to learn the wrong thing well, ladies and gentlemen. Some people are experts at error. No, I didn't forget the Masters was on. The channel just switched. and I didn't switch with it. That's all. Some people are experts in error. Y'all know some. So knowledge don't mean you're smart, because what you may have learned may not be the truth. The most dangerous thing for a person to have is knowledge that is erroneous and that they believe is true. The most dangerous human being I've ever met is one who has zealous error. People with zeal who are dead wrong. Somebody was on the other day talking to me about, about the junior college stuff. Hold up. They were dead wrong and they was excited about being dead wrong. I'm telling them the truth. But they go look at the NCAA website, and the NCAA website said, and they said, oh, I didn't know. But they had so much zeal. And his clothes are great. See, when we going on these visits, when we going on this transfer portal stuff, and it's the cause of a great tragedy in our humanity and in the history of man. Because y'all got to remember, most of the problems of our past are the result of zealous, erroneous people. People who have information that is wrong, but they thought it was right, and they defended it and had so much zeal for it. Y'all want me to give y'all one? Hitler, for example, he believed that everybody else is subhuman and the Aryan race was the only true human race. Somebody told that man that. That's his knowledge that he learned. Somebody told him that. And that error made him massacre millions of people. The Crusaders, who were Christians, were in error when they killed thousands of people all over Europe because they had a theological error and tried to force people to come to Jesus with the sword. It's amazing what we do with error. That administration up there in that public housing at 1600 Pennsylvania is full of zealous error. The Project 2025 is full of zealous error. And they defend it vehemently. That's why Jesus always said, knowledge of the truth will set you free. Not just knowledge. You know, I think about something. Think about something. Many of us have let people talk us out of good products because Paul Miranda went and bought something and he abused it and it didn't work for him. So he talking negative about it. Man, that toaster ain't this. That product ain't this. We found out he was using it wrong. He didn't read the manual. And because they abused it, it didn't work for them. Because hold up, watch it, hold, hold. Because their marriage didn't work doesn't mean marriage don't work. You just didn't know how to stay married. It's okay. You didn't follow the specifications. So if the toaster didn't work for you, that doesn't mean the toaster ain't no good. You just plugged it in wrong. The truth about the product is hidden in the in the manual. But we don't, some of y'all don't read that manual. Hey, y'all funny to me, man. Y'all funny to me. I was just thinking about um uh about cheetahs. They're the fastest land animals. And it's pretty much undisputed. It's undisputed. Uh there's something about ourselves. It's something about Paul Miranda. It's something about ourselves. It's something about Chuck McGowan. It's something about us. It's just facts. It's something. It is what it is. This is how we're wired. Paul Miranda is wired a certain way. I know how to get to him. Eric wired a certain way. I don't know Edward that good, but Chuck McGowan is wired a certain way, right? It is what it is. Fob, welcome back, baby. He's wired a certain way. It doesn't really matter what you think about us, but those facts, they are what they are. And always remember, and I tell y'all all the time, I keep it real, I'm a very opinionated black man. Whether you care about my opinions or not, it doesn't really matter. I'm a very opinionated black man. And I don't apologize for it. And it's undisputed. I have a lot of thoughts and a lot of perspectives, and I'm really strong when I'm rooted in my opinions. I'm self confident when it comes to a lot of things. It doesn't really matter to me if other people think I'm dead wrong, right? Now, I had to go there. Now, if you have information to indicate that I was wrong factually, not just from your perspective, but there is information that suggests that my perspective is misinformed, then I would be happy to take that information because it's not an egotistical type. I'm not an egotistical type person. If you come to me with the right thing, if there is information out there that I should have as a part of my analysis and you have it and I don't, then I want it and I want to adjust my analysis. But there are things that can happen sometimes. There are things about you that's just true, whether or not people agree with you, whether they are in alignment with them or not. But we are sometimes, y'all, put in situations where we have to prove things about ourselves. I know Fob have every day. He got to prove things about himself. Maybe I should say, well, we are asked to prove about ourselves, to prove our capacity, to prove our abilities, to prove our worth. That is Moody. And our value. This change, hey, this talk right here changed. That is Moody. And I came across this story about the cheetah. What time I got? Oh yeah, it's good. Came across this story that reminded me that we should stop doing that. We ain't got to prove to nobody our worth about value. No, never. We ain't got to do it. We should stop feeling compelled to prove we are worthy, or we should stop feeling compelled to prove that we have all that it takes to be in the positions that we're in. We should stop trying to prove that we are who we are, who we know we are. You don't have to prove these folks. You don't have to prove to these folks you got the baddest clothing line. You got the baddest clothing line in the world. You don't have to prove to these folks. Here is how the story goes. An experiment was conducted to see if greyhounds can compete with the speed of a cheetah. When the cage is open, folks were shocked that the cheetah did not move. They had the cheetah and the greyhound in the race. Had an experiment. They wanted to race. Greyhound took off. Cheetah stood there. They asked the race coordinator, what happened, man? Why did cheetah stay in the cage? And the race coordinator responded by saying something. He said, trying to prove you are the best is an insult to your self-worth. There is no need to lower yourself to other people's level to make them understand your skill, your qualities, and your contributions. Oh my God, to somebody over the weekend gonna take this with them. It is better to save your energy for more worthy endeavors. Y'all got to remember, the cheetah uses his speed to hunt, not to prove to dogs that it's faster or stronger. Don't waste your time and your energy proving your value to folks who simply don't possess the skill set to appreciate your value and your worth. Move on from them. They bless you. Because sometimes we feel compelled to have to prove ourselves. Sometimes, particularly those of us who are dealing with imposter syndrome, or those of us who are feeling inadequacies in a variety of areas in our life. Sometimes we feel as though we are not worthy and we haven't arrived yet. And the other people in the room, they have all these things that you don't have. And so that makes them feel worthy. They got the trappings of success. And all you got is the spirit and your gumption and your and your desire. And you don't have all the trappings of success. Look at them. They're glittery. They got this and they got this. They are all shiny. They got the sparkles, the golden sparkles. They look wealthy. They look like they got it all together. When you are in those spaces, sometimes you have to prove that you are, that you are. I want to encourage you. Stop doing that. Stop doing it. I want to encourage you to think like the cheetah. Imagine this big race put together. You see the Greyhound racing, the big productions, and you got this audience where people are buying snacks and buying t-shirts. It's a big deal. And everyone was a participant in this race except the cheetah. Because the cheetah knows why it has the speed that it has. The cheetah now can run 80 miles an hour because they use their energy to sustain itself. The cheetah doesn't waste energy. It is faster than any land animal created. It does not waste that energy trying to prove to a dog that I'm faster than a dog. Oh, it just knows it's faster than the dog and still sits in a cage without having to prove anything. There is a reality here that we got to remind ourselves of. That is simply this. Chuck McGowan so eloquently put it on the screen. Be the cheetah. Don't be concerned about them dogs. Because if you were a dog, then you could maybe concern yourself with the dogs. But even then, if you are a dog, be a cheetah. Be that entity, that person who's so confident in who they are. Y'all, I'm talking to somebody out here. I know I am. Even when an entire audience has gathered to see you on display, and when the entire audience is gathered and is either rooting for your success or your failure, remember, you have nothing to prove to anyone. You certainly don't have to prove you're the fastest land animal when you already are. And you certainly don't have to prove to a pack of dogs or to its handlers. You got me? Thought about that today. Had to get that out. Gave you 3 minutes, but I got to get out of here, y'all, because it's crazy stuff going on. I got to get out of here. I can't wait. I'll see y'all on Monday. I'm out.